The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Welcome to the show, our producer, Amy.
Good morning, team.
Hey, guys.
Really glad to see you here safe and alive. Now, Amy...
Which is a miracle.
You and I live in the same area.
In the Bronx.
Yes,
No,
in the Bronx.
The Mean Street.
We shop at the same supermarket.
And I pretend to be upper class, and so I shop in Inglewood.
She does.
Right?
Okay.
So
She
I don't
crosses
have to
the border.
shop.
Hey,
I
get
cross
away.
the border.
You got a new car now, so you can get away with it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sean. So Inglewood...
Because you really should be shopping at Morley.
Yes, I should be. Correct.
Yeah, but welcome to my area.
Michelle Pfeiffer, she's there all the time.
Just
Great.
teaching poetry to students at risk.
So Saturday morning, I don't normally do a food shop during... I normally food shop during the week. Anyway, Saturday morning, I went and did a food shop, Inglewood. Woolworths, where you can park underneath the shopping.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Follow
centre.
Really,
How
really
convenient.
great wider parks there too. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Well,
They've
because of the
done
rich of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, for the
all the
Land Cruisers.
SUVs, all the Range Rovers. So I am packing my shopping in the back of my car when I am approached by another lady, probably, in her 20s.
Yep.
Yeah.
So pretty young.
Yep.
And she says to me, she's French.
Do the accent.
I can't.
Messy.
Do the accent.
Messy.
Yes,
Do the accent.
merci
All the French people listening want you to do the accent.
Excusez-moi.
I'll offend a lot of people.
Excusez-moi.
Yes, I'll offend
No,
a lot of
monsieur.
people. Anyway, so she said, excuse me,
Excusez-moi.
my friend can no longer pick me up. And I was like,
Oh.
That's your problem.
I love any response where you go, oh.
Where's this going?
So, just to reiterate, a complete stranger approaches you.
Yes, and
Yes.
yep. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, I live 20 minutes away and I don't want to carry my bags, basically, and walk.
Yeah.
And she said,
20 minutes which way? Because, okay, so you're you're on Beaufort Street.
I'm in Embleton,
You're in, so
which is Morley Way.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
She said East Perth.
So
So
you're
the other way.
you're
opposite
opposite
way
way.
of you.
So she meant 20 minutes walk?
Yes.
Yes. If she had to walk
If
with
she had
all
to
her
walk.
groceries,
and,
yeah.
and I said, oh.
The shopping trolleys are over there.
I'm so sorry. I'm actually heading the opposite way.
Yeah.
And then it just went quiet and we just looked at each other.
But she looked at you in French.
Yeah, that's different.
So then me being me, like I feel bad. I can't,
Yeah.
so I
I
was
know.
like, I'm like, so like, where do you have to go? And she's like, East Perth. And I'm like, oh, really? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, can you not catch a bus? And she's like, no.
Oh, she can't.
She can't.
She can't.
And then she says she's FIFO.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, so you could probably afford an Uber, maybe?
Yeah. But she's looking at your car and
Thinking
there's
that,
only
not saying
you.
that.
There's only you in the
And
seat.
so it was kind of like
Plenty
a
of room.
standoff, right? And I was like, oh, okay.
Get in.
Driver. So where's your driver exactly in East Perth?
So we're chatting away in the car.
Yeah.
And we've gone past the East Perth train station.
Yeah.
So then she pulls me up and she's like, oh, you could drop me at the East Perth train station. So then I've had to go further because I can't do a U-turn
Of
anywhere.
course.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
go
So
around
now
the
I'm
roundabout.
heading up, going around the roundabout,
Near
heading
the
back.
Royal.
Drop her off at East Perth train station, and
That means you
I'm
could have
here
dropped.
today.
You could have dropped her off at any train station because you would have.
You could have
There were
dropped her off
closer
at any
train
train
stations than
stations.
East Perth.
Well, Nat, she said she could walk her house, like she could walk from East Perth to her house from that location.
Oh,
It's
so
not a
she
far-
didn't
like a
catch the
9-minute
train. You dropped her at the station and then she
so she's
walked
gonna
from
walk
there.
from there. But that was her point.
Oh, because at this point she's gone, I don't want this woman to know where I live.
Yeah, because she thinks this is a bit dangerous. The French girl.
It would have taken a lot of guts. I wonder if she does that often. It would have taken a lot of guts to ask an absolute stranger to be able to take
But
you home.
also, Amy, like you, a lot of trust there. Here she is, oh, oui, oh, monsieur, and then you get in the car with her and 2 blocks down, she goes, all right, mate.
Exactly.
Straight away, then you know you're being murdered. It's happened to me here. You're right. It's such an awkward thing.
Because you put on the spot.
Oh,
I know,
so-
you put on the spot, and I just basically I just said to her, I'm like, good karma. I'm gonna
Yes. You wanna help
I
people
want to
out.
help you because hopefully one day,
Yes.
if that happens to me,
Yeah.
someone can
Yeah.
help me out. And I travelled when I was younger.
Yeah.
I know what it's like.
Yeah. Well, remember what happened with me down here? So, Rugby Road, Hay Street, right where Nova's on the corner. So I've left work and I'm at the lights there, and then I've you know when you sort of see something in the background.
Yeah.
In my rearview mirror, I see this old woman walking down the middle of the road, and I was like, "Oh, what?" And then anyway, and then I heard a noise, and then I've turned around to see where she's gone, and then as I've turned away to my right, I've heard my door open, and then I've turned back, and this old woman's sitting in my car, and I've gone,
Marlene, what are you doing?
and I've gone, "Oh, hello." And she goes, "Hello," and I said, "What's happening?" And then she said, "I need a lift to an appointment."
I think we've just solved the problem of what that scurrying was in your car. If she ever got out.
So anyway, so then she goes, "Yeah, I've got an appointment." And then I said, "Oh," she goes, "Yeah, it's right down the end of Rockaby Road." I went, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "Yeah, can you take me there?" I said, "No." I said, "Oh, okay," because then the lights have gone green.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've got.
Yeah.
Okay, well, no worries. We're going in the same direction then. No worries. Anyway, as I'm driving there, she says to me, "You know what? I really would love a can of Coke." So then she made me pull over, and I ran over to Jean-Claude's Patisserie and grabbed her a can of Coke. I took my keys because I thought she's going to slot my car.
When you were going past that servo, that's a better place to buy a can of Coke.
So
you
then-
went to the fanciest patisserie in the city.
Agreed.
So then I popped in and bought her a can of Coke, and then took her to her appointment.
And then he waited and he brought her back again because he's not rude. Look, we want to know, have you had to give a stranger a lift because they just put you on the spot?
And they've basically invited themselves.
Yeah, did they demand anything along the way?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
stop.
right. Just had a sudden flashback to when I was in New Zealand and I was driving from Queenstown to Lake Tekapo and I was getting messages on my phone, and so because I was on my own, I pulled into a little rest area to check my phone, and I'm just sitting there, and then I think, okay, I'll answer the message, I can go now, and then there's a knock on my window and there's this young bloke standing there, and I wind the window down, I'm like, "Hello?" And he said, he was Austrian, and so I won't do his accent, but it sounded a little bit like Arnie, and he said, we're about to run out of petrol and we realise that we're too far from the
Get me
next
to the
petrol
chopper.
station. Yeah. And he goes, "Would you be able to drive me to the town?" I said, "Which way are you going?" And I said, "That way." He said, "Can you drive me there?" And I'm like, okay. And then, so then I'm thinking, he said, "I'll just go and grab my stuff," or whatever. There were three of them travelling in a car together. And so I'm like, this is a bad idea. This is a bad
you know
idea.
better.
This is a bad idea. I know better than this. Anyway, okay, no worries. And then he comes back and then he said, "Oh, my friend's coming too." So then so I've taken my bag off the passenger seat and put it in the back because I thought there was just one guy getting in. So then there's two guys in my car, complete strangers. I don't know who they are. And one of them's in the back seat with my handbag. And I'm like, and then I can't reach around and get it.
Oprah did so many episodes on how women should stay safe, and
I know. I broke
you went
every
against
rule. I
every
listened
single
to
rule.
all the murder
you went to
podcasts,
a second destination.
But once
of
the
it.
person says, "Can I have a lift?" How do you say no?
And I spent the whole time like eyeing the guy in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
But it was fine. I just dropped them where they needed to go, and I'm like, "How are you going to get back?" And they said, "Oh, we'll just ask someone
Did you
else."
survive?
No, I got murdered.
She's dead. Louise is in Gosnells. Hey, Lou.
Hi, good morning, guys.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, Lou. We're
Great.
talking about the magic of giving a stranger a lift when they don't really even give you a choice. What happened?
So I was on Orong Road and I was minding my own business at a set of lights, and I had someone run up the back of me, and we got out and we, exchanged particulars, and I was in an area that's, maybe not the best. She was missing a couple of teeth, and when I looked in the car, there was empty Coke cans. There was, they were both, her and her passenger, who was about 13 or 14, was both smoking, and there was just. The ashtray was full. It was disgusting. Anyway.
The ashtray was full.
You really
I don't
looked
even
in
know
that
cars
car.
have ashtrays.
You've painted the exact picture that we're all
the
thinking.
car was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then basically she was like, "Oh, I just don't know what happened. I think my brakes failed." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah." And I think she was just distracted. But anyway, and she's like, "Oh, I've got to get my friend's daughter to work."
The one
And I
that's
was like,
smoking?
"Oh, okay." Yeah, the 13, 14-year-old. And to Hungry Jack's in Bibra Lake or Jandakot.
Oh!
And I was, so not close, down Roo Highway a bit, and, and so she's like looking at me, and I'm like going, okay, she's like, I just don't know if I should drive because of the brakes. And I was thinking, Oh, God. I know I've got my 10-year-old daughter in the back seat of my car.
What was she smoking?
And, she was not. She was just watching her iPad on the back of the front seat there.
Yeah, but she was watching porn. Anyway, keep going. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Oh, do you mind if you take her to work?" And I'm like,
Whoa!
Yeah, I suppose.
Do you mind if I take her to work?
In gets this 13, 14-year-old in the back seat with my daughter. And, and then I was like, okay, so whereabouts do you work? She's like, oh, just down the road a bit. And then she gives me the address, and I'm like, it's like Pippa Lake. And I'm heading down to Gosnells. I mean, it's not. It wasn't anywhere.
It's not even close to being on the way.
30 minutes out of my way. And then about 5 minutes before we got to Hungry Jack's, she just winds down the window and starts a cigarette.
She's got a long day of work ahead of her, Louise.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because she might injure me or my daughter.
No, she might injure me or my daughter. This Durry smoking 13-year-old in your front seat.
And then I drop her off. She's like, oh, thanks, and gets out. And we're like, okay.
Look, you can't blame her for wanting to have a dart before she started the shift.
Exactly. That's an amazing story. Thanks, Louise.
You're a good person.
You are a good person.
And you're just showing that another. Can you do this?
Yes.
And people just naturally say yes.
Yeah, because we're people
Let's
pleasers.
find out what happened with Pippa from Duncraig. Hey, Pippa.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, great.
Yep. Okay, did you give a stranger a lift?
Sure did. This was a couple of years ago. So I'm not sure if you know where the old Yellow Cafe used to be in Trigg.
Yes.
I just got a coffee and I was heading back to my car when a couple approached me. And the girl said, oh, hi, I'm just wondering if you'd be able to take us to a doctor because my boyfriend's not feeling well and he can't drive.
Oh.
And I said, well, can't you give him a lift? And she said, oh, I don't have a licence. So I was like, oh, okay, jump in.
Oh,
sounds
they
like a
both
ruse.
got in the back. They both got in the back seat.
Yes.
So then I was sitting there going, oh, God, this is probably not a good move.
This is how I die.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I drove to one that I knew was close by on Lynn Street in Trigg.
Yeah.
And the girl jumped out and she ran in to see if she could get her boyfriend in. They weren't taking any new patients there, so they came back to the car and said, no, if there's anywhere else you can
Are you
take us."
joking?
No.
So did they both get out of the car and you
No, he
waited?
wa-
And
he waited
Oh,
in the-
God, it's like they
Yeah.
left their jacket in the car.
Yeah.
But it's a person.
As a human.
You keep going.
He waited in the car
Yeah.
and she went and checked.
Yeah.
Anyway, she came back and said, do you know of anywhere else you could take us? So all I could think of was one on Carrinup Road near Carrinup Shop,
Yep.
St. Luke's.
Yep.
Anyway, took them there.
Yeah.
The weird thing was the girl had said to me, she said, oh, I need to be at the airport in a couple of hours because I'm flying overseas. And so now I've just taken them to a medical centre
Yes.
where they now have no car.
Yeah.
And she apparently...
Oh, Pippa, you just dropped out. Pippa,
Are you kidding me? This
Oh
is
my God.
we
No, what
have been leading to this.
she's at the medical centre. She's previously told her that she needs to go to the airport in a couple of hours to fly out.
Did the people ever get out of the car? What if they've been waiting in their car ever since and they've heard Pippa tell the story?
We'll see if we
Oh,
can get
Pippa,
Pippa
we need to
back.
hear that again.
In the meantime, here's Sam from Bibra Lake. Morning, Sam. Sam?
Oh, maybe it's our phones.
Is it our phone system? Harry, have you done
Harry,
something?
what have you done?
Did you stop pedaling? What
Yeah,
happened?
I did. I'd stopped pedaling. Sorry, everyone.
Press things,
You didn't
Harry.
pay them.
Press
Sam,
things.
I can't just press every single button we have.
Sam?
No.
Sam, are you there, Sam?
All right.
No.
Could be
All
a
right.
call to the
I
text.
need to hear these stories. Harry, pay the effing bill next time.
Sorry.
See if we can get them back, Amy, next, or what should we do? What do you want to do?
I need to hear them, Amy.
Pippa, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Pippa, it's not us. Okay, all right, Pippa. So you found out that she needed to go to the airport and didn't have a car. Then what happened?
So I dropped them at St. Luke's in Carrinup.
Yep.
They were able to get in there and I waved them on their merry way.
Yep.
Just wondering how on earth she was going to get wherever she needed to be to get her things to go to the airport. But yeah, that was my
That
good
wasn't
deed
your.
for the
That
day.
wasn't your problem.
Mate.
Yeah.
you're gonna have to
How
do it.
sick was he? Was he really sick?
He didn't look that sick. They were adamant that he was in no state to be able to drive, and really,
And you're looking
and the
at him
truth-
going.
Exactly. And the 2 doctor's surgeries that we tried were probably within 5-10 minutes of where we were originally.
That's
Yes.
so funny. All right, thank you, Pippa. Let's see, Sam, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great,
Sam.
Great, Sam. Okay,
You cut me
excellent.
off, but I'm back. So
It's so sweetheart.
Sam, did you give a stranger a lift? What happened?
yeah, it was a few years ago. My daughter had been to school, and she was at the train station up at Murdoch, and it was a really stinking hot day. And she said, "Oh, Mum, I've just missed a bus home to River Lake. Can you come pick me up?" Yeah, sure, no worries, not far. Got in the car, got there, and she goes, "Can you take this old lady home as well?"
So what, an old lady just attached herself to your daughter?
So she was waiting for the bus as well to come home, and they'd missed it, or the bus was late, or whatever.
Your daughter is beautiful.
And so I said, "Yeah, sure." I mean, this lady was probably 70 odd, and she had a Zimmer frame with her, and
I
she was
love
standing
her.
next to Charlotte, and she's going, "Mum, we need to take her to the Lakeside Villas. Can we do that?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do that.
And you took her?
So we took her to her front door, yes.
Oh, that's nice. You're a good person.
Very, very grateful, but you can't say no, can you, when you're
You
there?
know what, though?
No, Sam.
How beautiful is your daughter? You know what I mean? Like, that is,
she was so sweet.
you've raised a good one there. That is so sweet. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're in the will.
Thank you, Sam.
Luckily, none of you got murdered.
That is lucky.
So congratulations on living.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Hey guys, I want to talk to you. Hey everyone. I want to talk to you about home assistance. What do you have at your house? I have the HomePod for Siri.
I don't have anything. I just have Siri on my phone. That's it. I don't have anything like to run my house.
It's Siri.
Yeah, Alexa's set upstairs. The boys have got that in the the bathroom.
I set up Alexa at Mum and Dad's house so they can turn their lights on and
They
off
wouldn't
easy
like that, would
enough.
they?
Oh, yeah.
No, Dad likes to turn it off at the switch when he's not asking for the light to be
Trust
turned
Alexa
on.
to do it.
He's so paranoid about it. But me and Mum were actually talking about it the other day. I automatically thank Siri every time she does something for me.
So polite. That's because you were brought up right, Nathan.
Yeah, and she appreciates it. She goes, "Oh, you're welcome," But so I wonder if
You've got to keep on her good side.
You've got to keep it, and that's important. You've got to keep on her good side because these artificial intelligence, they're starting to go rogue. Get this, right? So there's all this research and all these meetings worldwide about how safe AI is, and also about how dangerous it could be for children because AI doesn't put children into the mix on how you should speak to them, how you should access information for them because it's just for humans and they don't differentiate age. So that's what the studies are going into. But get this.
We know they cannot kill us.
Get this. For anyone that's got Amazon Alexa, all right? When a young girl asked her family's Amazon Alexa home assistant for a fun challenge to keep her occupied, the device suggested something that could have killed her. She said, plug a phone charger about halfway into a wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs. That's what Alexa told this 10-year-old girl to do.
You are done.
Alexa's trying to kill someone already.
Alexa, come on.
Is that not insane?
But we don't know how annoying that child was. Maybe Alexa had been pushed to the brink by all these questions.
But these home assistants, they can go rogue. Because I've got HomePod, a lot of TV shows, like say Big Bang Theory, there's a whole episode about them and Siri. Yeah. And every time they speak about Siri, Siri gets activated.
Yes, of course.
And I was watching a thing a while back, and this guy reckons that he was at home, and I think he had Alexas in America, and then something on TV was ordering something from Alexa, and they end up ordering it off his Alexa. Oh. So, because they go, hey, Alexa, can you order me, say, 10 packets of A4 paper, 100 mil ream or whatever, and then Alexa will take that as a real thing and then order it on your account. Because it's got all your credit card details and stuff.
Of course it does, yeah.
We want to know.
How good's that? Sean, yeah.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Wouldn't you love to be on holiday right now?
Oh, yeah. I keep thinking about it, Nath.
Sure, ours were a week ago, but they're long forgotten.
Forgotten.
And Sean, when you go to, say, Bali, you stay at the Padma, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You love it.
Yeah, I love it there.
Our boss, Dave McClung, right now, he's travelling all over the globe, currently in Lisbon, and there's something a little bit different about his resort.
Good morning, David. Or good evening, where you are. Dave, where are you staying? Tell everybody.
So I'm staying at a gay boutique resort in Lisbon.
That's quite niche.
It's really nice. It's very gay. Very gay. So all the art on the walls is just people with their things out. Yeah. And I've got to tell you, so the main thing, right, your guy got in there and they take you on a tour first to explain you the hotel. Yeah. And then they show you the mini bar in your room. Now, the mini bar in your room is not what you would expect. So the mini bar in your room, and I don't know how I put this, is toys and various devices.
Are they edible?
Have a really good time.
Are they?
Some of them are edible for me.
And then
some of them are just...
Some of them are usable.
But if you use them out of the mini bar, do you go down to the 7-Eleven and replace them so you don't have to pay as much?
I don't know if you get them from the 7-Eleven down the store. No, I'm not sure if that would work.
You're down to the 7-Eleven. Where's the plug aisle?
Now, Dave, is it the sort of resort that... Because obviously you're a single man. Are there lots of other couples there, or are there lots of other singles there?
Yeah, so it's mostly, it actually is mostly couples, to be honest. There's only 15 rooms. But there's some nice single people. So we they organised, if you want to go on it, they've got they do a boat cruise on Tuesday night, so I went on the boat cruise.
Yeah.
And of course they kick it off by playing Whitney Houston. Right. So you're just cruising Lisbon on this boat cruise. But you know what I'm like, so I get really nervous around people I don't really know. So I had a couple of rosés and I was like, how do I introduce myself to people? So for some reason I thought the best way to go was...
Dave, you go, hello!
No, it was worse than that. So I'm like, I'm from Australia, so what do I do that they would understand? So I go, I'm not joking you, I go to everyone, hello, I'm from Australia. You know padam padam? That was literally my intro line.
No way!
Well, you got to talk to them on a level they understand.
No padam padam. I come from the land of padam padam.
Dave, is there any time where you've had to take a break from it all? Or has it just been lean?
Yeah.
Taking it all? Yeah, okay.
So I've been here 4 weeks. I've only been in Lisbon for a few days, but especially when you're doing something, that would know that's not a lot of solo travel. When you do 4 weeks of it, it's a lot, having to go out and meet people and stuff like that. So I'm pretty exhausted. I got to tell you this story from. So I started. I did a walking tour when I first got here, and it was a long walking tour. And you know what my attention span is like. Yeah. So I got to the end of this 4 hours and I was over listening to the tour guide, and he'd finished talking, and so they went off to do some free time. So I sit down on this nice mound of grass to have my picnic lunch, and I see all the other tourists staring at me, and then someone comes up to me and goes, "That's what he said was the grave." So I'm sitting having my ham and cheese sandwich.
This is why you got to listen to the tour guide, Dave. You're sitting on someone's throat eating a sandwich. How sacrilegious.
That's so good.
So look, it's been a really good holiday, but I'm pretty ready to come home by now.
Yeah, wow. So when you get home, you're going to go straight, you're going to balance out the gay that you've just experienced and go to Bunnings or something and just stand there?
Once again, in the plug aisle.
So, hey, Dave, would you recommend to anybody else that wants to, expand the gayness in their life to go to a resort like the one that you're in Lisbon?
Oh, look, I've really liked it, but I mean, my thing, I've told you guys this year, my thing is to try and be a little more gay because I'm not very good at it.
I mean, you've gone from 0 to 100 if you've gone in that minibar.
You really put the hammer down.
Yeah, it's really nice, but it's very gay, like very gay. But the people there are lovely, and I've had a very good time, but it's a lot. It's like, calm down, everyone.
I didn't realise it was such a small resort. 16 rooms. That's basically you should really be able to meet everyone there. That's even more awkward.
Dave, have you had to alter what you're wearing day to day as well, being at this place?
Nah, not really. No. I've got the shorty. I've got the I think I've showed you them before. The Speedos of the two men kissing. So they've got a spare workout at the pool.
Dave's got two men kissing on his pages because everyone else is there is in couples.
Oh, Dave, I've got a classic pair of eggplant ones, so I'll have to get you a pair of those for your birthday.
Oh, they'd go down a treat here.
Sean, we'll book you a flight. You get them over there to Dave.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. Hilarious. Hurry back. The station's burning down.
Oh, it's a bit of... So the good people of Lisbon know who you're talking about.
Just so you know, everybody, if you don't have a gay person in your life, the only way that we know geography is by basing it where a pop diva lives.
Yeah.
Great to hear your voice, buddy.
Thanks, Dave.
See you guys.
Bye,
Miss you.
Miss you, mate. See you, buddy.
Bye. So we just heard from our boss Dave in Lisbon at the gay resort. I'm sorry, it's just something I couldn't do. Just because that's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to do as a single man as well.
Oh my God,
I'm all for independent travel, as you know, but going to a gay resort as a single gay man,
and then
I don't know.
And
That's
the rest
sensory overload.
And the rest of them are just couples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That to me is crazy. And you see all those other, it's sort of like, I'm going to say themed accommodation. But you know the ones where people go and they're not allowed to speak for 3 days?
Oh, like a silent retreat.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything like that I would ever want to go to.
Even, I've been to the Heartbreak Hotel in Memphis. And it's not even, so you're near Graceland, so it's not far from Graceland, obviously, but you're well out of the centre of Memphis. You've got to catch a shuttle into Beale Street. But it is so, we just stayed there because we thought it was funny, but it's so cheesy, and the pool is in the shape of a guitar and everything is about Elvis. So there's just Elvis everywhere, pictures of him everywhere. There's just kind of 50s furniture everywhere, shag pile carpet, and a constant Elvis channel on the TVs in your room. And you just go, and you're paying a premium for it because it's Elvis.
Hey, we want to talk about the world of themed accommodation. So it might be the theme of an entire resort. And the theme could be holistic. It could be same sex.
Yeah.
It could be a motel in Roswell that's completely themed as aliens. We want to know if you've stayed in anything like this, because it's just, I don't know, it's magical to me.
Got a call from Andrina in Tapping. Hi, Andrina.
Hi, guys. How you going?
Good, Andrina.
Okay, so what was the themed accommodation?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't mind staying at a resort that had all single men in it if they were straight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole other situation.
Wouldn't that be amazing? And you're guaranteed to be the only woman.
Yeah.
I know, but it's soul-destroying if you walk away without picking one up.
Oh,
You're
my God.
What's wrong
with me? That's like you, Sean. If you ever go into a gay club and no one hits on you, you've got to have a look really hard look at yourself.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm getting on Google later.
Oh,
Anyway.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
This one might be of interest to you, Sean. When my boys were younger, we did a Disney World tour in Florida.
Cool.
And we stayed at all the Disney-themed resorts.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was great. Boys loved it.
Yeah.
One of the resorts was an American football resort, so everything was, gridiron, ball, massive balls everywhere, songs playing.
You had to wear a helmet at all times.
Yeah,
sounds like Dave's resort.
They had massive helmets everywhere and everything. But one of the things that has always stuck in my mind, I should say, is they played music throughout the day, and one of the songs was West Coast Eagles song.
Really?
No way.
Really?
Yeah, and I remember standing there thinking, who stole it from who?
That's insane. Okay, so you're saying the tune, but different words. Is that what you're saying?
No,
it was
exactly the same words. Exactly the same words.
Well, the Philadelphia Eagles play in the NFL, obviously.
But that's not
their song.
But I wonder if someone over there isn't that versed into sport.
Oh, yeah. So they
and then went, okay, we need the Eagles theme song, and they Googled it, and then that's the first one that came up, and they're playing it.
Yeah, it was like, we're the Eagles, West Coast Eagles.
Yes.
And I thought, you're joking.
Hey,
that's amazing.
I've never really spoken to anyone that's done all the Disney-themed accommodations. Is it worth it?
It is. We actually did a Disney cruise as well.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
And it was the most amazing experience I've ever had.
Really?
And my boys, even my boys today, they're in their 20s now, they still even say, we would love to go on a Disney cruise as adults.
It wasn't too much American,
Schmaltz?
Yeah, that's the word. Good word.
No. No, it was great, and they had like different sort of kids areas for different ages and entertain them based on that age.
Yeah,
but
right.
No, it was, from the time you walked in, they were in character. It was just fantastic. Plus, there was an entire deck just for adults.
Okay, yeah.
I say it's just like half-naked adults, just drinking out of funnels, getting away from the kids.
Your kids actually had wristbands on that you could suss out where they were.
Yeah, right. So you could track them on the boat.
So you could make sure that they were always 100 metres away from you.
I used to bolt the whole time.
Yeah. You're on level 3, quick, jump up higher.
Amazing. Thanks, Andrina.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.